Welcome! Here am I in my Halloween pyjamas. I think they're very nice. And in this video we're going to be doing the interior of this haunted house that we started the other day. So it's a Sylvanian house. And if you want to go and watch part 1, please do. It'll be up here. So without further ado, let's get on with the interior of the haunted house. So to start off with, we're just making some little clay objects to go in our house. And these are just made of air dry clay. So I'm just using my best artistic efforts to shape them into recognisable shapes, hopefully. I've also got my little Sylvanian cat for scale. And any Oblivion fans in the house will notice the little alembic in the bottom right. Excellent for selling on for many golds. So here I'm just mixing up a very, very dark brown base coat just to cover the interior of our floors and our wood panelling inside the building. We left that to dry overnight, so now it's dry brushing, which is the same mix of paint with a tiny little bit of white in it. So this has been done on the floors and also the wood panelling that's inside, as I mentioned before. So while we're waiting on our floor to dry, we're going to start by painting our furniture pieces that are going to be included, and also our little dried clay little bottles and things. Most of these pieces are going to require 2 coats. Many of these pieces did require 2 coats, some of them 3. The air dry clay, on the other hand, only took the 1 coat. It sucked up like a sponge. And now that I've thoroughly made a mess, we're going to do some final touches with our little gold or bronze paint, like the little bottle tops. I'm going to just do a little bit of gold. So while our painted furniture is drying, we're going to start wallpapering our house. So I've made these. I'm least keen on this bat one, but I think they all look quite nice. So we've got bats, little potiony bits, and spiders. So all we need for this is some double-sided tape, and we'll start sticking around on the different floors of the house. If you'd like a more detailed wallpapering thing that I did, check out my sewing shop video. It was also a Sylvanian house I made over. It's got a lot more detail about how I did it. This time you're just going to watch me do it. I apologise for the next segment. It had been a very long day and I was getting very, very frustrated. I'm really frustrated with these little knobs because I don't want to hang curtains up here, and it really messed with my wallpaper downstairs, so I'm just going to saw them off. I haven't got a proper saw, so we use the bread knife. Health and safety, guys. Lovely. Speaking of frustration and sawing, I got this rather nice shelf set until I realised it was too tall and too wide for any of the rooms, so I have sawn it into several pieces in the hope that I'll be able to get some use out of it. This is all going really well, this project. I hope you can tell that. God. So now that all the wallpaper is finally on, after I had to run to the shop and get some more sticky back plastic, we're just doing a couple more extra finishing touches. And some soft furnishings. So what I've done here is I've made a little bed using this thick piece of wool, which I used to make my original kirtle. and then a little bit of green velvet just on the top there. And the pillows are also made out of the same wool fabric. And now it's time to make some curtains. So I've got a little black painted piece of dowel and some strips of very roughly cut translucent fabric. So we're going to glue those on there, and these are just going to be stuck with hot glue into the window frames. So it's more hot glue time. Another nice little touch I'm doing is hanging up some drying herbs just by taking a little loop of string and some of these little miniature flowers and sticking that on so we can hang them on this little dowel from the ceiling. And so now all that's left is to decorate. I'm going to get a few more books for this shelf. So here is the finished interior of our Sylvanian Haunted House. I'll probably work a little bit more on it in future just because I ran into some problems with, you know, stuff not sticking and having to buy more stuff and some of the furniture being too big and not having nearly enough books. I don't know why I thought 20 books would be enough to finish that shelf off. But overall I'm really happy, especially with the little potions equipment that I made. I really like that bit. So join me next week when we'll be doing some landscaping around our little haunted house, which we didn't do for our first one, which was the sewing shop. So join me for part 3, and we have, of course, our Halloween costume that we'll be making this month. So I hope you've had fun. Do hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my content or the last part of this, and happy Halloween! These are my Halloween jammies.